Hi, my name is Alyssa Zachmann. This is Joe, and our daughter Kasey was diagnosed with a type of brain cancer called medulloblastoma just before she turned 6 back in 2021. She went through about a year of treatment, and in the summer of 2022 she was done with her treatment, and she spent a few days at Horizon Day Camp and had an amazing time and said that she wanted to go back again. Shortly after that, she relapsed, and so that was fall of 2022, and she has been in treatment since then, and basically will continue to be in treatments until they stop working, is kind of her diagnosis right now. But she had an amazing time at Horizon that first year, and decided that she wanted to go back again, and this time wanted to bring her younger sister with her, our daughter Zara, who's 2 years younger than Kasey. So Horizon Day Camp has meant the world to our family. We sing the Horizon Day Camp song all year long. Horizon Day Camp, it's the best camp. Our girls are already talking about color wars and what the colors will be this summer and what team they will be on. And you know, it brings, as you said, so much joy to their lives. And more so than having fun, it's kind of meant something a little bit different for each of our kids. So for Kasey, she has been in treatment for a third of her life and has basically been in treatment for the past 3 years. And her body is tired. You know, as many of you know, these treatments are meant for adults. They are grueling for adults, and she's got this tiny little child's body who has been in treatment for 3 years. So she's tired, and it's hard for her to get around. She doesn't have a lot of energy, but she also is just this like caring, compassionate, warm child who loves to help other kids. And this past summer at Horizon, something that was just amazing was that she really, she was kind of like drawn to some of the other kids who needed help. And she spent a lot of time with the kids who couldn't get around and who kind of needed some extra friendship. And she got to be in a position where, you know, usually she's the one that people are taking care of her, but at Horizon, she was able to help take care of other kids, and that just sort of meant the world to her. And then also just, you know, being around the other kids at Horizon, because she's been in treatment for a third of her life, she spends most of her time with adults. And, you know, she's got a great group of friends at school, we're really lucky, but she doesn't always, you know, it's hard for her sometimes to interact with kids who have not experienced what she's experienced. And so having a community of people who kind of get her and know what she's going through has just been an amazing experience for her.
Yeah, I think the word we've heard a few times tonight is normal. Normal is something Kasey, I'm not sure what it means to her, but watching her over the last couple of years, this facility and the people here has given her really the only normal, I would say. It lets her be not an exception. You know, there's a lot of things that school's doing that's great for her, but she feels different. She feels not as excited to go. This place, when she's not feeling great, it doesn't matter. She wants to be here. It's an incredible, you know, 8 or 9 weeks. I wish it could be more. No pressure. But it's the word normal has come up. So I wasn't scripting this at all with the normal thing, but I've heard it several times tonight, and it's a really important word, I think, for these kids. And then to our other daughter, Zara, and I say that other, it sounds awful, but a lot of families probably feel the same way. And we're trying really hard to give Zara the best, everything she deserves. And I think we're maybe failing at times on that. We go out of our way to, I took her to Taylor Swift in London, which was really stupid, but it was great. But even for her, right? So Alyssa talked about what Kasey can be here and what she is for these other kids. I think Zara, looking at her maturity, she's kind of become the big sister in her family, in our family, which is amazing to see. We all need her. She's kind of become the glue, and she's the youngest one, and it's really, really odd. But she's really important to us. But even here, seeing her, the first year she was here, there was a girl that had cancer and she became very close with. And she wrote her a note at the end of the camp, which was the most incredible thing I think I've ever read, and hearing about how this girl didn't feel normal, this girl didn't have friends anymore, and things like that, and hearing what the impact was that Zara had on her. And I think that's where, the growth of this place and hearing that, there's 150 kids, the siblings are equally important. They're important for their own development. A lot of these siblings lose their sisters and their brothers, and developing their community and being around other kids is just as important, if not more. We've had some pretty dark times as a family, and I've said some dark things, and Alyssa has grounded me every time and said, no matter what happens, we need to be there for Zara. And I want to make sure all the siblings have just as much of a voice. So, thank you.